we've reached a point where, like, even as United fans, we have to stop defending at injuries. This guy literally had like big injuries and they still performed. Because how are you telling me at Akina Bradley and Elliot are the ones who are holding down Akina Siji, Kyle Walker and whatnot?
Say it again.
These are babies.
Say it again.
Man,
Kids. Yeah.
I can kwambia, in as much as this ended as a draw, Klopp won this.
Now, the past weekend was full of Manchester versus Merseyside. Forget about someone who keeps yarning about being lonely at the top. No one cares about them being lonely at the top because the past weekend, the focus was on Manchester versus Merseyside. Welcome back to another episode of The Wildcard. I am Kobe Maino's bigger brother. To my left, Venant. And we have one heck of an esteemed guest this weekend because whenever you go to these hashtags that Jazza Study, at the end of the day, this is the Kenyan goat of Kenyan football content creation. Ukienda study utampata. Boxing ako ndani, NBA ako ndani. Member of Box to Box Register, Tabitha, Makumi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, fantastic. Thank you for having me. And we need a goat. I'm humbled.
Ukiangalia Instagram yako, TikTok yako, si wenda kusema?
And she's kicking us.
God.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Yeah.
I love the shirt. CR7.
Thank you. We rep the goat always, everywhere we go.
Yeah, played for Sporting before he came to the greatest club in the world, Manchester United.
Exactly.
Speaking of great clubs, you know, there's only one place to start. But before we get there to that great club, I want to tell you a little bit about the Sport Pesa Tujiamini initiative. Bro, it's already bearing fruits. I mean, literally, over the weekend, Rockstars FC won 1-0 against Nakalira. Now, this Tujiamini initiative is all about you guys kwa grao. Ile talent uko nayo. And the best way to tell your story to the Kenyan world, to the Sport Pesa universe, is by going to the tujiamini.co.ke website. And from then on, you stand a chance of being awarded with the Sport Pesa Tujiamini initiative, whether it's the gold category, silver category, or the bronze category. A lot of hampers to be won, a lot of money to be given to you guys out there. So if you believe in yourself and you believe you can do it, the place to go is tujiamini.co.ke. Tell us your story, show us your talent, your skills, and you'll be the next award winner.
You know what else I believe in? Our Shujaa Sevens team. Imekuwa poa sana. We are now going back to where we once was.
Yes.
Tuliwin hapo weekend. Ilikuwa fiti sana. Muranga Seals pia. You remember since we talked about them, now the form is picking
wins.
up. Yeah. The wacheza vizuri sana. Hapo 2-1 win over ilikuwa hiyo team. Sofapaka.
Yes.
Hata FC by the way. What's happening?
We didn't win, bro. We didn't win. But one of my predictions was correct. Kapaito was not going to score. Tusker FC
Oh my God.
Tusker FC were lucky. Tabitha, you were at the game.
Yes.
Tusker FC were lucky. We gave them the goal. We gave them the goal. How so?
Kwanza, first of all, Tusha made a lot of mistakes in that lineup, AFC. I'm not saying like nobody should have been on that field, but the structure that he was playing with, you don't play deep against Tusker. Because first of all, in transitions, zinakuanga kali sana. And then, how is your striker, Arthur Gitego, playing as a midfielder? Amerudi huku nyuma, alafu you want you guys to score. AFC didn't deserve to win. I'm sad because like I have friends over there.
Yes.
But like honestly, truth be told, Matano, that was a masterclass by Tusker.
You firmly believe they deserve the 3 points?
They deserve those things. Actually, Kapaito Ali missed like 3 chances EV. It should have been probably 3-1.
Wow.
Yeah. And MCLs were also amazing. First of all, shout out to Balecho. Wonderful. Wonderful player.
I keep telling you guys, Kenyan goes
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, I shoot my shot.
Don't be afraid. He's your favorite player in the league?
Keep planning because I'm a Sharks fan. There's no way. Nenda kusema mtu wa timu ingine ni my favorite player. But like, yeah, he's been wonderful.
And I believe you are buoyed over the weekend that your team, Kariobangi Sharks,
we beat
put on a classic.
5-1. Posta Rangers, what's happening? Yeah. Sharks were amazing. One of my favorite players, Masaba, scored a brace. It was top tier. Alafu Goro wakashindwa. It's like perfect weekend.
Please.
Jitete. Nindo title challengers. Jitete.
Situfanye hivi. We agreed the league ishaenda.
Aje?
No, Sigor is already
There's
winning.
10 more games.
Yeah.
There's
It's
10 more games.
Even if we rest Omala for those 10 games, bado hii kitu tunaichukua. That's how confident we are. You see, that's why I'm even chilled. I'm relaxed because hii kitu ni yetu. Even you yourself, you said it. Gor sahi malimefika si KPL. You're looking past that. Now looking at Africa. You
You
know,
want back to the CAF Champions League.
if possible, hata twende Champions League. Hata twende Saudi Arabia. Tupitie Saudi Arabia kwanza, hata twende Champions League. That's how amazing Gor iko. But I want to talk about game fulani yenye me I watched.
Yes.
Unajua game ya Gor ilikuwa Mombasa.
Yeah.
So I
Bandari.
attended the KCB Shabana game.
Wow. Shabana deserving a beating after beating after beating.
Which was amazing.
Uh-huh.
It started off personally for me with a controversial penalty.
Yeah. It was.
Because I
100%.
till now, like I've nimeenda di YouTube, nimeona hiyo replay again and again and again. It's like let's say Ben White crosses the ball.
Yes.
Havertz anaimis, then Martinelli anaget your ball, and then referee blows the whistle, and then it's penalty.
Yeah.
I
You're
get
like,
you, I
how?
get you.
So ilikuanza hivyo ndio wakafunga bao, and then the second goal to me is a contender for goal of the season. Ililibamba sana, and by the way, we rarely see this in football, but we saw goal ya kwanza from a throw-in.
Oh.
From a throw-in from Shabana.
Long throw-ins.
Yeah.
Tactics za relegation
Bro,
teams.
I'm telling you, ilikuwa poa sana. Even though Shabana wangepatiwa extra 5 minutes, hiyo game ingesha 3-3.
No way.
Akia nani wali pull off performance ingine poa second half, even though they lost that game kwangu in the first 60 minutes.
Okay.
So
But-
I was very entertained with that game.
It's understandable. Like, in as much as Shabana are really bad at this time,
Say it like it
KCB
is. They are horrific.
unataka watu wanikujie DM zangu. KCB have been on a downward trajectory. Like, they keep receiving beatings from everywhere. I remember, like, they played against Tusker and Kapeto scored 3 goals against them. Like, KCB kila mtu amekuwa akisema we are cashing out money from KCB, cashing out money ati wanalipwa
Kai.
date one.
Even people who work with KCB
but
now.
then wameshapigwa.
But anyway, I want to
Yeah.
get a deeper perspective from you, Tabitha, considering you are always on ground.
Yeah.
Anytime you see Tabitha, anakwanga either Nyayo, ama Sako Police Stadium, ama even the Sports Pesa
Mayakos,
Arena,
yeah.
Chacos Pier there.
Yeah.
Tell me your perspective on the KPL in terms of this season. Because guys are like, Shabana need to go back, they need to be relegated.
Yeah.
AFC started badly, now on the upwards trajectory. Ulinzi jai, jameni.
Ulinzi.
Hadi hao wameniroga, but Ulinzi sasa wameshindwa kulinda lango.
Yeah.
What's been your perspective as you've been going to these games on a regular?
It's been amazing, honestly. Gor Mahia, first of all, the league leaders, they deserve to be there. Truth be told,
Yes.
The fact that they've only lost 2 games
All
right now,
season, yeah.
the one to Police and Bandari, simply proves
Asterix kwa hiyo police tafadhali. Please, Asterix. We need a Netflix special on that weekend. Tukianzia tu hiyo Wednesday when our
The
show
ticketing
was
issues,
out,
yeah.
and I said it, I'm happy hiyo game iko Nyayo and games zisharudi kwa Nyayo, and then all of a sudden it's at Ulinzi, it's at City Stadium, it's at Wilson Airport, kidogo iko Mombasa, mara ndio hii Police Sacco Stadium. The game was just everywhere except Nyayo Stadium. But
Okay.
we need a Netflix special on that. Carry on.
kuna uchawi inaendelea huko Mombasa. Because Gor wana lose to Bandari, alafu last time in Cup they lost.
Wow.
Again, you guys
they were
remember?
eliminated,
Yeah,
yes.
they were eliminated. Oh, by the way, shout out to Kariobangi Sharks, who made it round of 16. So, as I was saying,
Wow.
for Gor Mahia, there's something that McKinstry is really doing well with that team, because Omala obviously top scorer last season alimaliza number 2, which I'm hoping that this season that he actually does get the top scorer,
Yes.
because kuna watu wanamfikia hivi hapo akina Francis na Kapaito wote wanamfuata back to back, and it's sad that he didn't score this weekend because kila mtu alikuwa na stress. Kapaito angescore like a brace angekuwa amebakisha hivi kidogo. But I will say the team that honestly has done very well, Police, I love Salim, Coach Salim. He's been top notch for that team. Akina Cheche, how they have been playing is just amazing ball. But the team that plays the most beautiful is Kariobangi Sharks.
True.
But also the fact Muranga Seals, let me give a shout out to Muranga Seals. It's been really bad that when they started off really well.
Yes.
I remember people saying, oh, wametoka NSL, how are they playing so well, Ivo? Alafu, they reached a point that they were going down, but right now they are back up because of Balecho in that midfield. Top notch. And Odhiambo has been man of the match for like 3 games consistently. So it's been very good. So Gor Mahia, honestly, if they don't wanaweza pitwa Tusker na Bandari wanakuja na speed ingine hapo.
Wanaweza pitwa next season. Please, tumalize hii sentence.
There's only 7 points. Yes,
and you're still
if they lose
10 games.
10 games away. 10 games away.
Gor imecheza so good that even you as a AFC or Ulinzi fan, you've bigged up Austin Odhiambo.
Yes, I have.
Austin
yes, I
is
have.
a top-notch player.
Yes.
Even if you're a hater, Austin, you have to respect Austin. He's amazing. And also Rooney.
Yes, Rooney.
That guy.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
What you say, my best right back in the league. Man, I can't disagree. I can't disagree.
And his goal. You remember his goal?
Yeah.
Toka ilikuwa poa sana.
Hey. You see, here at the wild card, all we do is bring you goats.
Yeah.
Jigambe. Because at the end of the day, she's given me an insight into what more like. I didn't know Poster Rangers were that good. I didn't know Police were that good. You know, Shabana relegation candidates, they deserve to go down. Walikujie kama wanataka, but that's just facts.
No, it's true. It's just that they have many fans.
Fan base,
That's why like everyone is like, oh, Shabana wabaki because they bring the money and the numbers.
Hiyo kazi ya
But
kujaza study.
there is no reason for you to stay in the league if you don't play good football.
Fair enough.
True.
Acha tupe Rainbow FC chance na Naivas. No shade. Akiwatani kujiani.
Manze, you're ranking up more haters right now. So far, we're like 5 or something. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, Shabana fans.
Okay, out there to the Wildcard fans and also to the KPL fans, always be on the lookout. Ukienda stadio yote, huwezi kosa Tabitha hapo.
Yes.
She's always there representing, you know, getting interviews with the coaches, getting interviews with some of the players. And wrapping up on this KPL talk, what's the feel with these players? What's the feel with these coaches? Are they confident in what they're doing?
Yeah.
Or are they skeptical about what is to come?
For players, I would say they are very exceptional. Like I love KPL players. They're so on top, and I would really urge more people to go and watch KPL games because all the actions you think are in the EPL, they're also there.
Yes.
Like umesikia sasa Venant ameona throw nyingine hapo mwenda wazimu.
Ameweka hapa kuhusu game kuwekwa Ulinzi, sijui Mombasa, sijui wapi.
Hizo the issues they can be fixed if the players stop being rowdy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, obviously. But I would say the players are top notch. They give such beautiful football to watch, and the coaches also top notch. As in, I've interviewed a couple of them and they are always on top. You'd think some people have this perception of, oh, it's just vibes in KPL and in these coaches actually know what they're doing. It's just amazing to watch Kenyan Premier League.
And the fact that we also don't have a platform for like pre-match conferences and
I know it's something that needs to be taken care of. And also we see player has been in the league, scored like 11 goals and whatnot, and these people don't get coverage. So it's been really amazing to see that there has been content being made on the Premier League. People are starting to know these players because visibility is a really important thing for them and for our league.
Fair enough.
Can I also touch on female footballers?
Yes, sir.
Because kama hii, I was talking to Omala last week, by the way. He was telling me about how I was looking for the blue kit.
Kumbe ushafika. Mnachat hand in hand. MDM sahiba.
And he was telling me about how now Gor as a club, they've taken like a huge initiative to boost the female team and stuff. So I'd like to ask, like, are there some of those Mademwa Ball who you'd like to highlight, or even a team that you like to highlight because of how they're playing very well, and people should start attending also the female football games?
I'd say for Police Bullets, those girls are amazing. They're obviously top-notch football team, but also how they are coached. If you want to watch like beautiful football, you have to go and watch Police Bullets. And over the weekend on Saturday, they had a game against Ulinzi Starlets. Wanaita the
Ulinzi tunasafa.
bado mkachapwa. And to say this, okay, on Ulinzi, before now I come back to Ulinzi Starlets, until they start playing their captain Birgen, mtaendelea kulose. Because that is the guy who holds your defense. Yeah, but coming back to Police Bullets and Ulinzi Starlets, those two teams are amazing. And also Kibera Soccer Women, also top-notch football. Yes. So if you're looking to watch the female league, you can start off by watching Police Bullets, Ulinzi Starlets, Kibera. They really play good football. Then over time, you'll come and assimilate to other teams and such things. But
like
also,
Gor Mahia too.
Yeah.
We have to salute Gor Mahia.
Fair enough. It's a big battle here. Kariobangi versus Gor Mahia. Literally David versus Goliath. I don't understand it. But at the end of the day,
tumeacha kuwa David. Yo, tunapanda league. We are off the relegation.
Okay. So fair enough. Because over the weekend, I'm a serial bettor. Reminder, I bet responsibly. Nilingia SportPesa. I downloaded the app, of course, using the Play Store on my Android device. The pay bill is, of course, 955 100. Of course, account number ni phone number yako. Nikaweka pale chwani. But if you want to be a jackpot winner, all you need is 99 bob. Right now, the mega jackpot sits at over 352 million Kenyan shillings. I foolishly went and put a Man City win in my yes, I did.
You remind me of a friend who also, while we were watching that game, especially before that Stones goal, he was like, Man City is winning this. And I was like, hey bro, niaje, just make sure your account yako, like when the game is going on, your SportPesa iko active, because no cash out. Seriously. Especially how Nunes was just getting those chances and all stuff. Ensure ndio yake ilienda.
Jesus Christ, but sa pesa yangu pia ilienda hivyo. Hiyo ni chwani yangu, siwezi nunua smocha, but at the end of the day nimesikia fununu that kutakuwa na lunch later on after trivia, so I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Mmesema mniangushe juu hapo kwa trivia.
But at the end of the day, what did you make of that game? Because Stones gets the goal in the first half, City are on the ascendancy, but then in the second half it's a different story, albeit a Liverpool side that is not as strong as it was when the season started.
This is a Jurgen Klopp masterclass. I don't think there's anything else. And I feel like we've reached a point where, like, even as United fans, we have to stop defending at it. Oh, injuries. This guy literally had, like, big injuries and they still performed. Because how are you telling me at Akina Bradley and Elliot are the ones who are holding down Akina Siji, Kyle Walker and whatnot?
Say it again.
These are babies.
Say it again.
Man, Achan kwambia, in as much as this ended as a draw, Klopp won this. Because hakuna venye kuna Haaland, kuna Foden na nini, alafu endo wataru hapo. Na Makalista ndio watu wanashtua watu. Ati Makalista anafanya hivi. Honestly, it was a masterclass. Because I was just looking at how this team was playing.
Yes.
Defensively, it's a 3-4-3. Alafu wakienda kucheza nini? Offensively, wanacheza 3-2.
Yes, 3-2-4-1.
Yeah, 3-2-4-1, exactly.
Yes.
Bradley na Elliot walikuwa naenda wings na hivyo. But sasa unaangalia City, you're like the first 10 minutes, it's like they were dominating everything.
Yes.
And then wakafika, it simply proves if you really know how to curb City well, awatachezea venye walituchezea kasisi. 74%. Unakumbuka game yetu ilikuwa position 7. Imagine. Unashangaa.
But at the end of the day, I agree with you on the Klopp masterclass, because I was looking at that tactically, and when Stones goes into midfield, Diaz is on Walker.
Exactly.
Nunes is going to win those long balls, and then Harvey Elliott and Conor Bradley are going to terrorize Nathan Ake. That was one heck of a second half master plan. And detrimental to Pep, I would say, devil's advocate, I think Pep respects Liverpool too much.
It's true. They have a love for each other.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think they'll meet again up and Bell. I don't think it's the end of Klopp.
It is.
No, I don't think in terms of season. No, I'm not saying in terms of Liverpool. Him as a manager. I don't think this is the end of Klopp. I think you'll still find another club to manage. But one question I have for you guys is that Doku incident. Was it a penalty?
I don't think so. I don't think it was.
Because Klopp is on record saying it's 100% a penalty.
I think when the replays were played, I was looking at it and I'm like, Doku is not showing any malice in his face. You know, kuna kwanga na ile sura.
Ni sura unaangalia.
Anakuja kupita na Magin against Destiny Udogi.
Yeah,
exactly. And Doku literally had his eyes on the ball. He was not there was no malicious intent to hurt McAllister.
Yes.
So as the ref, play on.
Okay.
As our producer here chucks a joke at us. But yeah.
Hallelujah, Jermaine. Do I look like Doku? Shit. That's a dig at me, man.
Quentin, you don't think he's... Okay, so I can't ask you. I'm sorry. My apologies, man. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, is this... Will Pep be sitting back and looking at this and be like, I missed out a chance at 3 points?
He messed up big
practically
point.
5 out of the 11 of Liverpool's side weren't as experienced as the other guys.
Yes, definitely, 100%. As in, I think from here now onwards, the biggest team that City are going to face, are Tottenham allowed to be there?
Yeah.
This guys ain't big. These guys ain't big. It's Tottenham. We'll get to you guys, but you ain't big. It's Tottenham, yeah. Tottenham have a better record against City than you guys. Accept it.
How?
Better record.
Yeah, I mean, in their beating.
What matters most is we beat City and we kept a clean sheet.
Fair
this
enough.
season, we've beaten City twice. Yeah. So, I mean, you have to give Arsenal respect. As much as you're talking about Man City right now, please.
There's that word respect, which I've said it time and time again just before we get to Arsenal.
Okay.
I think Pep put too much respect on this Liverpool side.
Yes,
Fair enough.
indeed.
Liverpool are going to go gun-ho whenever it's at an Anfield game. But surely Pep, I didn't see Haaland up until he had that bust up with Gomez.
Exactly.
I didn't see Foden up until he wanted to fight someone who tackled him. Then akamka akona ni Van Dijk
Aka relax.
So Julian Alvarez practically couldn't get at Conor Bradley through major parts of the game. So at the end of the day, and then you sub off De Bruyne. Of course, De Bruyne is pissed off.
Yes.
Angry.
I mean, in terms of clutch, him and Rodri always come up clutch for City. So why kill off De Bruyne's momentum by moving him out?
But it makes sense in a way,
Yes.
because what was happening is there was an overload of the midfield.
Yes.
And De Bruyne is not a good guy when it comes defensively.
True.
That's why you bring in Kovacic, because obviously atakuja ku
Break
try
up
neutralize.
play. Yeah.
Exactly. So I see what Pep was trying to do in trying to make sure that the battle of the midfield is won by him, because De Bruyne doesn't contribute much defensively. Because truth be told, they were running hapo midfield. Hapo Liverpool waliwapeleka mbio. Because when you play a double pivot ya watu wawili hapo, McAllister na Endo, obviously.
And then Sobo is running all over.
And Rodri now is trying to nini offensively. And also you look at Bernardo Silva. I call him the engine of City.
Yes.
I think that is one of the most important players at City.
Yes.
Because
Work
rate yake is amazing. If you look at De Bruyne, he depends on Bernardo Silva. And yeah, shoot me if you can, but it's the truth. I'm complimenting Silva, but yeah, so it makes sense. And plus, you don't want De Bruyne to get injured. Because hiyo ni game Van Dijk angepata na wrong side.
True.
Alikuwa nakaa beast jana. Alikuwa like, oh my God, I'm going to kill someone. So yeah.
I have a question for you. Clearly, you've talked about Bernardo Silva. But when you look at Man City, especially in the last 2 or 3 seasons,
Yeah.
somebody who's missing from this team is Gundogan.
Set
Do you
pieces.
think they miss him?
Definitely. He was the guy who was taking set pieces na nini. He was the guy you could depend on when it comes to that stuff. So, yeah, it would be Gundogan and Bernardo Silva wako hivi.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it feels like they depend so much, especially when De Bruyne had that injury.
Yes.
They were depending so much on nini, because Grealish nayo, man. Grealish is just a waste
Grealish
of money.
is
But
injured.
yeah.
I don't think...
Waste of money?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a new one. I haven't heard
It's
of
a waste
somebody
of money. As in, I don't think his price is okay. And I know it's big coming from a United fan, because we always
say it like it is,
overspend.
yeah?
But I don't think he's worth that amount.
Oh, fair enough. On the Gundogan side, I don't think they miss him at all.
Me, I think they do.
Albeit,
Do they have a set piece taker?
Ever since Pep came, he's been racing with Klopp. They've been taking it down to the wire till the last day. Last season, it took Arsenal till the 9th month, and then they crumbled. But at the end of the day, it was with 1 month. I'm not hating. I'm just saying they don't really miss Gundogan. City have always been like this. they don't mind being on the back foot because they'll bounce back. After this Liverpool draw, trust me, they could go on and win all their games till the end of the season. So I don't think so.
And I'm glad you've mentioned that because I've looked at the fixtures between now and the end of the season. And even though they look like easy 3 points, the only two teams who will determine who will finish top 3. One is you guys, Manchester United.
Well, Trafford mkikuja.
Because for example, you guys have Liverpool. I've seen the
Yes, we host Liverpool
Yeah.
and we host Arsenal game week 37.
Yes.
Yes.
Also PFA Cup this weekend.
Hiyo tunaua. Yeah.
And number 2, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And number 2, we have Spurs.
Spurs 100%.
Honestly, what they've done a weekend to me is a proof that if these guys decide to also start outscoring the opponents, a few of us are gonna be disappointed
because they do play Arsenal, Liverpool, and City back to back to back.
Yes.
Wote watatu, yeah.
So now, sisi kama analyst, how many points do you think, not United, how many points do you
fair
think
enough.
Spurs are getting?
Spurs are getting.
In those specific 3 fixtures.
I remember I tweeted out that Spurs will draw against City, then probably turn up against Arsenal because it's a derby, and probably fumble when they go to Anfield. So a total of 4 points. A win against Arsenal, and then a draw against City.
They're playing who first?
They're playing City first, then Arsenal, and then Liverpool.
I don't think City are going to lose this one. It might end as a draw. I actually think I agree with you. But, wow. Then for the Arsenal, I want them to beat Arsenal, but I don't think that's actually possible. So, yeah, I would say 3 points.
3 points. 3 out of 9.
One is a draw, yeah, game start.
Yeah, game City. Oh, 3 draws for Spurs.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. You?
Yeah, the only thing I can say about Spurs is they have good FPL options.
Let me give
That's
you
all.
some respect and call
That's
you
all.
table topper. What do you believe Spurs will get in that run? Unajua sasa mko top of the table 2 weeks.
Will you ever say something positive about Arsenal?
Say just call you a
Samesema
table
top of the
topper.
table.
No, that
For 2
sounds.
weeks. First of all,
You have some satire in your voice.
Look at it this way. Your next EPL game is away at the Etihad. You guys have 2 weeks of rest. Because
Nisao.
this weekend, City are playing Newcastle in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why I'm saying you guys at the table
Basi
toppers.
compliment Rambo.
You guys
Shout
are the table
out,
toppers.
shout out to Ramsdale. Yes, you fumble big time versus Wisa, who, by the way, congrats. You've talked very well about Wisa,
Yeah.
Pali Afcon, and
Yeah.
you're not seeing his value. I'll talk about him, Pali FPL. Sour. But he picked up very well. And I think he's given us a save of the season.
Oh, here we go again.
Yes.
Take your time.
Just like the
Tell
way.
us how Arsenal are table toppers na hamuogopi kitu yoyote.
First and foremost, 8 wins in a row.
Okay.
Has United
Mbona
done
uingizi Porto hapo? Okay, continue. 8 wins in a row.
Premier League wins in a row?
Deep.
Baz?
Yeah.
Deep, eh?
Continue,
Continue, yes.
And we won late in the game. We have a trend of winning these games late in the game.
Yes.
But also, I want to put that as a caution for now the likes of Arteta, because not all games we are going to win late in the game. Look at the Porto game. Conceded literally 1 minute to
The
game
last
issue.
minute, yeah.
Unaona? So as much as somebody can say we were lucky, 6 million down the drain, sour, but we need to kill these games up and mbele. Because I'm looking at, we are looking, for example, at the relegation up at Chini, and a couple of teams that I feel should do something: Luton, Nottingham, Everton, and Brentford. And you've seen what Burnley did against West Ham.
Yeah.
True.
So hakuna team ndogo hapa.
Like when it gets
true.
to April and May, it's a dogfight. So these
Yeah.
teams can claw 3 points from anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now, okay, because when you look at here now, Burnley and Sheffield, for me, it's done and dusted.
Yep.
Yeah, Burnley and Sheffield are done. But just one point on Company. I think if Burnley do go down, Company should repay their loyalty to him by bringing them back up. Because by this point, managers are usually sacked. Burnley are practically down and under. And
Yep.
I believe if Company is going to be their manager next year in the championship, he should repay their faith in him and bring them back. Yeah.
Somebody joked that after that Ramsdale hauler, Arsenal, we should repay Brentford by loaning Ramsdale to
Or you
Brentford.
get Raya permanently.
Wow.
And then you get Raya permanently.
Anyway, at the end of the day, wrapping up on this EPL talk before we get into my competition, of course, it is the trivia. I own the trivia. But at the end of the day, in this running, who are your favorites? Give me that top three. Give me that top three now. We are sitting 19th of May, final game of the season.
Yeah.
Who finishes first? Who finishes second? Who finishes third?
They usually say that we work for City, so I'm going to say City. City number one.
Yes.
I don't know if I would be able to sleep if Arsenal won the Premier League.
True.
So City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Aston Villa,
Fourth,
and
of
then
course. Yeah.
United. We can finish sixth. I don't have a problem with that. Honestly, we deserve to go to Europa. We deserve to go to Europa.
Not with Ten Hag, but
Yes.
anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not with Ten Hag. No, with Ten Hag. I'm being told to apologize to Havertz.
Aw.
Is there anything I said bad to Havertz? Is there anything bad I've ever said about Havertz?
Go ahead. Well, Najwe, first and foremost, you have so many things that you've said that we can actually have a compilation of your errors.
And that brings out the pizzazz of the show. Ratings. Is it controversies? Zinaleta utamu kwa show. But anyway, Venant,
Okay.
your top three?
Of course, I want Arsenal to win. And then there's Liverpool, and then there's Man City.
Oh, you have Man City third, as it is now.
Yes.
You
Wow.
want it to end as it is now.
Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City.
I'll give you a bit of insight. I think Man City will win the league just because their players are experienced and they've been here before.
Yeah.
Now, I'd give number 2 to Arsenal just because last season, I don't think they had the belief. This season, that belief, I believe, is there, even with the addition to Declan Rice. Bro, Declan Rice is putting up numbers that are warranting him to be signing of the season, if not player of the season. There's something positive I've said about Arsenal.
Yes.
That you're coerced.
Liverpool third, just because I think they'll still be in the latter stages of the Europa and also dying days of the Premier League. So I think these injury woes, I don't think they'd be able to carry through the season. So Man City win the league, Arsenal second, and Liverpool third.
What about relegation? Because kwa relegation hapa kuna Brentford, Everton, Nottingham and Luton. Luton and Nottingham Forest wanapatana this weekend.
Whoa!
Yes.
Oh,
They're
banana
meeting
skin.
this weekend.
Wow.
Everton lost to Man United and now they're in that caution
They've been
category.
sucked in even
Yeah.
after the point deduction.
Yeah. So and also they're building a new stadium.
True.
You wouldn't want your first match to be at the championship.
I want that.
Yep.
Relegation, we've already decided. Burnley
You
and
want
Sheffield are
Everton
down.
to go down?
Wacha nikwambie, bro, mimi nakwambia anything that affects Merseyside and the London teams, I am there. I am there. So if Everton are going, it's actually a fairy tale for me. Everton go down, Klopp leaves, Liverpool go back to suffering. Happy. I'm
Hi.
happy.
For me-
Everton are joining Burnley and Sheffield for me.
Honestly,
Yeah.
in that Nini, I want Luton to go down fast. I really have a big hatred and grudge against Luton.
Why?
They beat Sunderland in the playoffs.
Oh,
we
you
were
are a
supposed to
Sunderland
come to
fan.
the Premier League,
Okay.
and we didn't. And now, so Luton, Sheffield, and probably Burnley, because I also don't like company. But yeah,
Wow. Okay.
One
for
of
me,
Pep's
for me,
students. Yeah.
for me, it's Nottingham Forest. Me yangu it's biased. Me yangu it's
kuna
biased.
beef na
It's
Nottingham
biased.
aje?
I'll calm clean. Me yangu it's biased. That game versus Liverpool. For me, it was it.
Elanga should have buried
Callum
his chance.
Hudson-Odoi, job yako ilikuwa moja. Pura hiyo ball inje, ref apige firimbi.
game ishe.
You fumble, and then now you're tasking Aoni to guard, who's the McAllister. McAllister, who you know the way.
Yes,
turn,
yes.
Fake turns, boom, Crossy,
Nunes
Nunes,
scores.
Dan, who by the way did a very good thing versus Ederson.
True.
Hiyo alitafute hiyo pena. He
Yep.
was- Yeah, so, and I was like, wow. So just like that, even though it was Liverpool's mentality, but for me after that, I was like, yeah, I don't care if you guys bought 30 whatever players, but you guys have to go.
Fair enough. You are entitled to a Liverpool defeat just like I am entitled to a trivia win because I am already here. I'm ready. Tabitha, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Ameshanizia
Be
uoga.
afraid.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You know, the times he said that Nyash has always going to win.
Okay.
So I believe
Nice.
in you. Yeah.
Nice.
So the trivia for this week is just so simple. You're just going to look at EPL, considering majority of what we've talked about is EPL. So, yangu ni rahisi sana. We know not Watkins. We know Haaland is the top scorer pale Premier League.
Yeah.
And you also know he hasn't been that well na assist na nini.
True.
So who's one of the players that has the most assists in the Premier League as of now?
Jesus Christ. Is it Odegaard? No, Odegaard.
Oh my God.
You got that?
Well,
We off to a good start.
Uh-huh.
We off to a good start, babe. I know.
Oh
I
my God.
know.
Nazeka answer mbili.
Just one. You have to pick one.
Oh my God.
So
You're afraid.
Hai, wanafanya
Time is
countdown.
yes.
Oh my God. I'm just going to guess.
Assist
Show
in the
us.
previous shows.
Najua nimeanguka.
Who she put?
KDB.
Aki wallahi nimejaribu kufikiria saa hii cause KDB alikuwa na injury so obviously. But wait. No, wamenipea countdown ya time.
1-0.
Okay, let's move on.
Who was the answer?
Of course, there's
Watkins.
Watkins over there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sawa.
So we move on to the next one. We've seen a couple of red cards hapa na ma yellow cards na nini. So I'd like to know who's that one player who you think has the most yellow cards in the league as of
Ingekuwa
now.
la season ningesema Casemiro. That man. Hey, hii season ni ngumu. Let's see. Most yellows.
He was most yellows. He's been very notorious.
I think it's him.
He's been very notorious.
I think this boy.
I can give you a hint.
I think
He scored a goal against Arsenal in the dying minutes of the game. And that game ended a draw.
Huh?
Yes. That game ended a draw.
Huh?
Yes. Scored a game in the dying minutes of the game.
Tulia nikupa.
Your game ilisha 2-2.
What?
2-2. And it's one of those points where Arsenal should have won the game. Yeah.
Me.
Come on, let's see.
Kama nimekuwa deceived.
Hii nimeguess. Hii nayo nimetii.
Rodri.
Jolinton ni uongo. Hiyo ni uongo. Newcastle
Jolinton.
beat this guy. Hiyo ni
Who's the
uongo.
answer? Who's the answer?
The answer is Palinha.
Yeah,
from-
wow.
It's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fulham.
Yes.
I say Rodri. Rodri is a cheat code for Man City.
Sawa.
Yeah, I think Rodri.
Let's just move on to now red cards.
Red card. Who has the most red
Who
cards?
has the most red cards? It's not
I don't
Casemiro.
know.
Casemiro's been
Yeah,
out
it's not
since yeah, how
Casemiro.
long? Yes. Red cards
It's
in the Premier
definitely
League.
not one of the big six.
Yeah, na
Definitely not one of
si player Aston Villa. Actually, that was his first in a while.
Imagine I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not
Let me give you guys a hint. One of them is at Sheffield, another one is at Spurs.
Nani ampata red
Another one
card
is at
Spurs?
Spurs.
Spurs and Sheffield United.
Another one is at Spurs. I like
Yes.
this Spurs one. I like this Spurs.
And it's not Timo Werner. Oh, played in the African Cup. That's another hint. Played in the
Wait.
African Cup.
Nani was Tottenham? Oh. Akiacha nikwambie msimnipe
I think it's him.
countdown.
I think it's him. I don't think it's
don't
the other guy. I think it's him. It's not the other guy. I don't know.
I'm blank.
Yes! Yes, give us the answer. Who could have
Bizuma.
Bisuma. No! I'm so close.
Umeandika Patesa.
I think it's Papesa. I thought it was Papesa.
He scored an
man.
amazing goal. He
Wow,
scored an
Bissouma, how
amazing
many reds? 2 or what?
Yes, 2.
Wow, okay.
2. Okay.
Daka.
Let's move on now to something else. Now, of course, we know Haaland has the most goals.
Yes.
Who follows him? Second.
It's
The
one of these two players.
top scorers in the Premier League.
I know it's one of them. I know it's mwingine nimesahau jina, but I think it's him. I think it's him again. I really think it's him again.
I talked about him last episode and I said he's going to challenge Haaland for the golden boot. Top scorer. Who's second?
Oh la la. Yeah, huku inaitwa
Aki
kichinjio.
mmeninini EPL. Hakuna kitu. Oh my God.
Umeona mlio ya kichinja kuku alafu anayacha.
Aji.
Lazima tu
How?
kichinjio. Kuni kubaya.
Nani has 20?
Oh, wow. As our producer here goes and says that there's lunch for the winner.
Umefikiria sana.
Stop copying.
Mimi nishaonyesha jibu yangu,
but you have a history of changing your answer.
nishaonyesha. And
Let me see.
unaona hiyo W ukiangalia ilikuwa iandike F.
Hapana, that's how my handwriting is.
Anyway, what's the answer?
Of course, the answer is Watkins. Yeah. So far.
KPL limeuma nje. Hakuna kitu najua sasa.
Waudo amewin trivia this.
Say it again.
Waudo has won trivia once again.
Tungeenda
Tabitha,
KPL. Kwa nini mlikataa tufanye ya KPL?
Tabitha,
KPL.
what that is.
Hapana.
Unaona kenye Francis Ngannou alifanyiwa hii weekend. Bas, that's just what
Fan
happened.
of Francis Ngannou,
Yes,
man.
sir. Anyway,
Shout out to Anthony Joshua. You know, somebody said that Nigeria too, Cameroon.
Oh, Neil.
Oh, wow. Oh, so let's talk about FPL right now. We are in one of those special weeks.
Yes.
Because this is one of those instances where there is a blank game week and a majority of our players, the common players, aren't playing, which means it's a good week for one, using your wild card,
Yes.
and two, using your free hit chip. Yes. And when it comes to these fixtures, actually, I'd like for you guys to participate. We have Brentford versus Burnley this weekend. Burnley are hosting them. And I have Brentford as the favorites to score or get points when it comes to FPL.
Yes.
I have Wisa, especially after that display against Arsenal. You
Yeah.
cannot ignore Wisa. And we have Ivan Toney.
Yes, sir.
So for FPL managers, if you can't afford Ivan Toney, because he's 8.1 million, it's a bit pricey, you can get Wisa, who's cheaper, versus Burnley. Do you guys have any Burnley players that you feel might perform this weekend?
Nope, because that win against West Ham was nothing but a blip. Everton, not Everton. Brentford will keep a clean sheet against Burnley. I don't think any Burnley players will score.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because of the defensive solidity.
Okay.
I think West Ham have always been tippy-tappy. Like, the fans don't even like Moyes because of the style of football they play. Yet he's delivered them a trophy. So that's why it was very easy for Company's style of football to sort of beat Moyes' style of football. But when it comes to Thomas Frank, I don't think Company has the facilities to do the job.
It's true.
Yeah.
Frank is a manager who plays people with his head. So yeah, he's good tactically. Okay. So yeah, I think Brentford will keep a clean sheet
Against
Burnley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa basi. Luton do play Nottingham Forest, as I've talked about up and Mbele. I think this is one of those games of the weekend and one of those defining games as far as relegation is concerned. And for you FPL managers who still have Luton players after the double game week, I'd say stick with them. Yeah.
The likes of Ross Barkley, Morris, even Doughty.
Oh, yeah.
Delivery. Goddamn, yeah. He's a good asset.
Who
to
I
have.
think, if you're looking for defenders right now, I'm talking about the premium teams, that's one of those players that you need to scout and get before his price actually goes up. Nottingham Forest, for me, like I said, I'm biased against them.
Yeah.
So the good thing about them in FPL is they have cheap assets. Basically, players who are cheap, you can afford them. So Callum Hudson-Odoi. My personal pick is Morgan Gibbs-White, and you have Elanga over there.
Yep.
Yeah. What about Fulham? Because Fulham host Spurs.
Yep.
And Fulham, for me, have one of the best underrated strikers, Muniz. So that's the one who I'd pick. They have a plethora of midfielders who have talked about, Kina Andreas, Kina William, Nanani. But what do you think about Fulham in relation to Spurs?
I think Spurs get the better of them just because in terms of quality. Fulham
Yes.
can beat any side. They've beaten Arsenal, they've beaten United on their day. On their day they can, if Iwobi is up for it, if Willian is up for it, if Palhinha is ready to break up play. But Tottenham is just punching above their weight. Yeah.
So
I don't think I think they get a goal. I think they get a goal like I did against Villa, but then Villa disappointed me. I think Fulham get a goal, but Spurs will get the win.
Okay. With Spurs, honestly, if you're using the wild card, you can triple up on Son, Brennan Johnson, who have been picking up
key
for some
asset.
time.
Yes.
Madison, who's back to scoring over there. I think
Yes.
this will be a goal fest. Yeah. Then we move on to Aston Villa versus West Ham. I'd like to know your opinion about that game before I highlight who to pick.
In as much as I think they would win, it would be my hope that Aston Villa loses.
Okay.
Plus, they're also the team we should be displacing. They don't deserve to be their number 4. But they have been playing very well. So I'd say I'd want a West Ham win. Okay. But I think it's going to go to an Aston Villa 2-1. Something like that.
Do you think Manchester United will catch up to Aston Villa?
They shouldn't. One of our kind number 6. I'm a number 5.
I mean, she's spoken for me, bro.
Yeah, we don't have the depth.
I think my issue is if we get top 4, we'll keep Ten Hag. So might as well get rid of him. Yeah.
Okay, that's one way to look at it. I never
Yeah.
thought about it that way. Okay, now when it comes to Aston Villa, most of us own Watkins. So
Yep.
if you don't by now have him, he's on that golden boot journey. Number 2, we have Douglas Luiz over there, who's taking set pieces and getting assists. Think of him of like a Soboslai at Liverpool.
Yes.
And then you have the Jamaican, Bailey.
Lyon.
Yes, who I think he's displaced Diaby. Because I was even asking the Aston Villa club online, like, how comes Diaby isn't getting game time? Because
This brother, Anadiemo Mala, anaongea na Aston Villa online. Hey,
how comes he isn't getting game time? You know. Next, we have West Ham. West Ham number 1 on my list is Kudus. Kudus for me has been playing very well, especially Villali Rudy from AFCON.
Yes.
I have Bowen because it's Kudus this side and this Bowen this other side. If you can't afford Bowen, you can afford Kudus. And the set piece duo, JWP and Suchek.
Yep.
Yeah, they both play. But these two teams both play during the week. So, of course, wait till Friday to make these changes.
Yes.
If you're using your wildcard, of course, the earlier the better because players' prices do go up. Yeah, so that's it for FPL. I'll send the producer a screenshot of like how my team will look like after using my free hit chip because I plan to use that this week. Yeah. In case of, do you have anything to add on?
Hey, kwa sisi wenye tuligive up FPL, don't listen to Venant. Last week aliniambia Watkins and Haaland are must-haves. What did they do over the weekend?
I didn't say that. Come on.
Did you pick up Watkins, eh?
What? Not a wiki. You remember last week I was talking about the double game week.
Okay,
That's
fair
still
enough.
ongoing.
So, but fair enough. Tabitha, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Mnialatingi na hizi trivia. You've made me look really
Wacha
bad to my
nikwambie.
audience and
Hata
to my
ukiwa
fans.
alerted.
Sasa nakani kazi do anything EPL because those were very simple questions. But yeah, thank
But
you for
counter it
having
with
me.
the fact that you are one of the KPL gurus in the 254.
Oh, thank you.
Ndio. And at the end of the day, we have given you so much insight on KPL football. Nimewakumbusha. By the way, hii weekend, ingieni steady, amtakosa Tabitha. Game yote biggie. She's always there, always representing, always getting interviews with the coaches and the players. And also a reminder that SportPesa has this new feature called the cash out feature on their platforms. All you need to do is on the App Store or on your Play Store on your Android device.
Yeah.
Look for SportPesa Kenya, download the app, one tap away on your bet slip. Over the weekend, kama ulikuwa unashuku hii game ya Man City Liverpool ingeisha draw, you would have cashed out. Kama ulikuwa sure United wangewin 2-0 unge cash out. Kama ulikuwa sure Spurs ingeisha over 2, pia hiyo nayo ungeweka bank. Kama over 3 ungeweka bank and you could have been cashed out and you could have joined the latest batch of winners. I mean, over the weekend I discovered that there was Doris who staked 10 bob and walked away with over 1 million Kenyan shillings.
Wow.
Na 10 bob pekee. So at the end of the day, the millionaire group is growing. Remember, the pay bill number is 955-100. Account number ni phone number yako. All you need is 99 bob pekee to join the latest factory of millionaires. Right now, the mega jackpot sits at over 352 million Kenyan shillings. What are you waiting for? Other than that, I've been Kobe Maino's bigger bro, Brian Waudo.
Venant.
And of course, our esteemed guest,
Makumi Tabitha, the 10 over 10 girl.
Hey,
Because I'm a 10 out of 10.
Catch you on the next one. Remember, this episode has been brought to you by SportPesa.